Gotta check all my pigs.
Check all the pigs.
All the pigs seem to be doing well. They're eating well, and they are happy.
God, where's your irrigation, man?
I don't need any.
Of course you do.
I grow strawberries. They don't need any extra water. In
They-
fact,
they
they're
are-
being flooded right now.
Yes, they're flooded. Get some irrigation to drain the water away, damn it.
Doesn't work like that.
It does.
I'm not sure it does in this case, I was about to say. Oh hey, look at that. You learn something new every day. No wonder I never managed to get this game to work.
Hello, everyone.
I am not very smart. Now let's just do this and turn the whole damn thing into a big old bridge. Yes. Yes. So welcome to SimFarm, everyone. I'm farming. And oh no! The soil is getting bad.
It's driving me mad.
So let's put some fertilizer on there.
Oh, this was a good introduction, I must say. Just
Fertilize everything.
Here are pigs.
Yup. Oh, need to fill up with pig feed. Don't want no pigs to starve. Because if they do, they get hella mad, and then they smash through the fences and run off into the distance, and you never see them again.
And these are some fast pigs, I tell you that.
They're damn fast, holy shit, you have no idea.
Oh, I do.
Fuckers just disappear at the distance. Let's see, it's almost time to harvest. It's going to be in late May. Let's see what the weather will be like. Rainy, apparently. So basically, this is Maxis' wonderful little SimFarm, released in 1993 for PC. And we are playing the Deuce version, mainly because it's easier that way. It's claiming that Livestock can't reach food, but they have crap loads of food right there. And they're eating a lot. In fact, they're eating all my food. And it's really expensive. Oh, hello. Hey there, asshole. You're not trying to eat all my shit, are you? I do like that for crops that are traditionally hand harvested, you just randomly grab a couple of 100 Mexicans to clear the fields for you.
Yes. That happens.
Right, that's that field done. This one should be done in just a bit.
It does have worms in it.
Should probably do something about them worms. Just spray that shit the day before it's harvested, so it comes with that wonderful chemical glaze.
Yes. The fresh pesticides is always good.
Oh man, and he automatically replanted this field because I forgot to tell him not to.
Yeah,
Whoops.
I mean, your fields are more or less self-driven as long as you just keep the crop rotation going. You can set up crop rotation and even give them times for fertilizing and everything.
Fair grade. Oh well, it's money. Quite a bit of money, actually. Let's set the pigs too while we're at it. Clear up the pigs. There we go, now we have money. And with this money, I will buy more pigs. There's some pigs over there. And some pigs over here. And refill the food. And there we go. And now all we have to do is wait, I was about to say. Now that this field is being properly drained too, it will actually grow better. Thank goodness. This one though, not so much. But I would have to rebuild the farm to actually make it work, so screw that noise.
Yes. And from that experience comes my OCD farming.
Actually, come to think of it, maybe we can do something like this. Aha. Ha! There you go. Don't look now, Blue Jab.
Don't look now.
Oh, you poor man, you.
Well, to be honest, this is, I guess, more realistic.
This is a really neat game, really.
It is.
As far as just in, farming games in general, I think that this one, in terms of semi-realistic farming from a strategic perspective, probably has never been topped.
No.
Maxis like they used to do back in the good old days before they became shit. Note when they became EA Maxis, basically. They used to make really, really good games, no matter what they decided to work on. This is a prime example of that. So we're basically making a little bit of money by selling pigs and strawberries, and then we can look into expanding our farm. But the question is, which direction should we expand in?
Well, none of us have really seen the world map except you, so I don't know what's around.
There's really not much on there. It's just green.
Yes, but I don't know what directions you actually have to work with. Let's see,
All to the left, bits to the ups.
And town's to your northeast, right?
Northeast corner, right here. Oh, and hey, they've gotten around to upgrading those dirt roads to paved roads. It almost looks like civilization now.
I would mayhaps expand to the west.
Seems like a decent idea, yeah.
Oh, you are drying out your... Or is it herbs? I can't... herbs. Weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's no skull.
There is no skull.
Buttergripple, there are no corn subsidies in this game, and also I am in Montana. So corn will not grow terribly well. Sad as it may be.
I like how all the cars in the city just come to your farm and disappear.
Yeah. Don't ask, don't tell.
I don't think that's how that phrase is supposed to be used.
It is around these parts. Don't ask where the cars go, and we won't tell you where you can stick your questions. Man, that field is getting wrecked.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to spray that thing until it glows.
Radioactive strawberries. The best kind of strawberries.
Strawberries are actually quite often radioactive.
A lot of fruit and berries and everything is.
Yeah, but to some degree, pretty much everything is. But different vegetables and fruits manage to hold radioactivity better. Like bananas, for example, that are really good at getting radioactive.
Bananas are insane. I think we already did have a banana chat during the Chernobyl.
Yeah.
With the half-life of banana being insane amount of years.
Gotta be aware of those bananas. You should still eat bananas though, because potassium is a necessary mineral for you to live. There's lots of it in bananas.
Yes, I mean, they are healthy in small enough doses.
2 a day, I usually say. So what else to say about SimFarm? Well, it actually sort of has progression, in a sense, because the more crops you ship and the bigger your farm gets, the more the town expands. And then you can buy residential sections or commercial sections, also a stadium and an airport, which is sort of fun, because then you can get to fly a crop duster. And by fly a crop duster, I naturally mean circle around the town and, dust their buildings.
With pesticides.
Yeah, just dump pesticides on them while they try to barbecue, because fuck those guys. You were stupid enough to let me set up shop next door, so that's what you get. So I think both of us own the original of this game, from what I understand.
Yeah.
When did you get your copy, I was about to say?
Rather late, I think, or for this game's life cycle. At least I got it for as one of those best of PC games. I would say early 2000s, maybe.
Oh, geez, that late.
Yeah.
I got my copy in 1994. together with a lot of other sim games. Basically, the first own game that I got for PC, and then I mean Windows PC because I was gaming on the Atari ST and so on before that, was Civilization 2. Immediately after that, I got SimCity, then I got SimFarm, and then I got SimTower, and then I got SimIsle. And by then, my childhood had been pretty defined, so to speak.
Yeah, I didn't really have that. Did do that much PC gaming for most of my childhood. PCs were kind of reserved for office work. So
I can just hear you taste those words. PC gaming. Not my thing, man, you know.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah, as you have noticed, I am not a PC gamer. So, but so that came later when we had a PC that could run anything but Windows Word.
Oh man. So what are we gonna plant next? Potatoes, maybe.
Taters always good.
Or beets. I like beets. Let's plant some beets in October.
Beets, yes. There is a surprising variety of crops in this game as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's good old Maxis that actually did the research and, everything makes sense. Now, Buttercup asked a while back if I chose to start in Montana, and yes, I did. You actually get to pick from either predetermined scenario areas on a US map, or you can just click anywhere on the map and it will just give you a general area with environmental factors based on reality. So if you start in the heartland of the Mississippi River, you are going to get a lot of water. A lot. Which means that you will be completely unable to grow half the crops the game offers. But hey.
Yeah, water is one of those things that one of the very few things in the game that you can control to some degree. I mean, heat and wind is very much nature dependent, but water you have ways of controlling.
Yep. Also, I just want to show this off because it's neat. You actually store your vehicles in the sheds, and you can see they occupy inventory slots.
Yes.
I think that's really neat. Especially in this case, when the idiot has parked the truck in the far end, and then the harvester in front of it, and then the... Oh God, what have you done?
Luckily, that doesn't matter, because if it did,
we're never going to get it out.
There would be a lot of frustration going on in this game.
Geez. Inventory juggling like Resident Evil 4, but in your storage sheds. That would have been the best fucking thing.
Oh, jeez.
They should add that to Farming Simulator 2014. That you actually have to store your buildings properly. I mean, even from 2011, I think already in 2009, they had like sheds here and there on the map to protect your vehicles from rain, but they never actually added vehicle deterioration, so there was no point.
Yeah.
You could just leave your vehicle standing wherever the fuck.
So, now I just can't remember. Can I actually breed animals in this game? Or is it just...
Yes, you can. Certain animals will breed. If you keep them together, others will not. Horses, for example, will breed and make small horses, called foals, that then grow into big horses. And then you can sell them.
SimFarm frequently asks questions. How do I land the crop duster? I don't know. However, you can steer it with the arrow keys until it crashes. There you go.
It's a kamikaze mission, but he knew what he was getting himself into. Ugh, there's fungi on our strawberries. Get it off.
Fungicides. Such a good name.
Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Looks like we're going to be getting some B-grade strawberries again this year. No, wait. This crop quality has actually managed to pop up to A. Neat.
Hey.
Now what I would really want to do, I was about to say, is get myself a strawberry future, I was about to say. Because it's really neat, because you can buy futures in this game, and for those unfamiliar with futures, is that you basically stamp what you're currently growing at the day price, and then your guarantor will pay that price no matter what. Which means that if you see that the price is spiking noticeably, get a future in whatever it is you're getting. Because, guess what? It's going to pay off big time. Alternatively, do what I used to do back in the day, that you harvest several dozens of strawberry fields, and then you just put that shit in silos, and then you wait until the price goes up. Just store several hundreds of tons of strawberries in silos. Because that's how it works, right?
Yep.
Just checking.
The silo strawberries are well known.
And the beets are already complaining, there's too much water. Man. Whoa, what is that? What the hell was he doing? I'm lost! I don't know where I am.
Wonder. I think you only have a small silo, right?
No, I have the large silo, the one that can fit 4.
Oh, well then.
But I only need 1, because I only have 2 fields at the moment. Too much water, but at least it's always decent. Man, these guys do not want any water whatsoever.
Beets are obviously dry.
Yeah, they want 1, but I don't think I can actually bring it down that low.
Grow some rice.
Fuck it, we're growing rice instead. Oh hey, I added a single piece of ditch and that fixed it.
Well then.
That works.
The ditch works in mysterious ways.
It really does. Ugh, that was super ugly. I should not do that. Let's get rid of that. I regretted it instantly. Right, now we actually have a spot of money. We should be starting looking into expanding our farm.
Yeah, I think you have roughly enough for 2 squares, actually. They are in the 15,000 range.
Let's start with 1 square.
Hey!
I like that if we buy next year, we will be planting our fields diagonally across the farm. The absolute least efficient method of placing anything. Truly,
well, why doesn't this surprise me? And all you stream viewers, by the way, be very glad that Arthur is the one streaming this game. If I was streaming this, you'd be screaming for hours because of my slowness.
Just cautiously and carefully measuring inch by inch.
Yes, that is how you farm.
Perfection is only just enough.
Exactly.
Let's see how those pigs are doing. The pigs are mighty fine. We bought those for $300 and they're now worth $446.
Hey.
Pure profit.
Profit pigs.
Yep, that's what I'm breeding. Only the finest profit pigs.
It is the important life lesson to learn that your best is rarely good enough.
I guess it depends on what you want to do with yourself, but...
Anything, really. Here, kids, take this to heart. Don't even try. It's not good enough.
You tried your best and you still failed. From that we learn, never try.
Yes.
Homer Simpson telling it like it is. $449 grade A pigs. Yep. Let's sell them. Maybe we should try something else. Some other kind of animal.
Yeah. Something that the sheep breed, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mutton. Yay.
Some bottle shops for dinner, boys.
The animal models in this game are really great.
Yeah, but they're really effective, which I like.
Yeah, interestingly.
They're just minimum detail, but you can still instantly make out what animal it is.
Yeah, I wasn't being sarcastic. I know it sounds sarcastic most of the time, but they really are good. Sorry about that.
Once again, classic Maxis.
Yes.
Doing things good, TM.
Tractor animations, on the other hand, could use some work.
Honk honk. Week 3 of December 2014. The Third World War has begun. Meanwhile, in Montana, a dude is raising sheep. Growing some beets. 'Cause he don't care too much about all that stuff.
It doesn't, buddy. It's... This is a happy game.
Yeah, this is a happy farming game. Globalization does not render my entire operation unprofitable, damn it. Besides, I think that, look at this freaking town here. I am holding them hostage. They have no way of communicating with the outside world. There are no roads that lead to it. I am the only food-producing entity in this county, apparently. So if they want to eat, they better buy what I'm selling. You may call me a tyrant. That may well be true, but I'm a rich tyrant.
Today, everyone is having beets.
Beets and mutton.
Well,
Mutton and beet sauce. Sugar mutton. It's the... Oh, God. Right, so what sort of plot should we build? Should we increase the residential, the commercial, build an airport, or add a stadium? So they can play some football.
Football.
Though it's not on a grass field for some reason, they're playing on dirt. Did they do that?
They're playing cricket.
No. Cricket on a football field, what the hell?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
No. Why should it?
But I'm gonna suggest residential. Sure thing.
Let us resident.
Tell me about your residence.
Tell me about your residence. Okay, sure. Let's go.
See how we're doing here. Total profit loss this year is 6,400 minus.
That's not bad. I mean, you bought a plot for 60.
Yeah. The main expenditure was 20,000 on land, so...
Yeah. Oh, this year, though, so all you have done so far is pay taxes.
Yep. Estimated taxes, $2,031.
Dollar.
Oh no, heavy rains are predicted next week.
Your beast will not be happy. Hey, the new residential areas up, and they are selling feed.
Well, you know, there is only one industrial consumer here. Pro tip, it's me.
Pro tip.
See, if they want to sell that shit, they better make sure that I get it when I want it. But it is true that a lot of the money in this game is in livestock. That's exactly why I'm keeping sheep and pigs and all kinds of stuff. Cows, though, too high maintenance.
Not to mention horses.
Oh, horses. They're great for turning a profit, but you need to turn basically half your starting farm area into one giant area for like 3 horses. Because if they find anything to complain about, they will instantly smash a fence and just leave.
And they're off.
Freaking assholes. Stupid horses. Always haunting
horse.
me. So yeah, this is the waiting part of SimFarm.
There is in most sim games, to be fair.
You just basically look at your things and yeah. Yep. The sheep are soon worth twice what we bought them.
Hey.
That's a pretty decent return.
It really is.
And if I could buy a sheep and just, keep it for a few months and then sell it for twice, I mean, you could just do that over and over and over again. In the end, you would have tens of thousands of sheep and you would make millions. Problem is, of course, we have to keep the damn things.
Oh no, look at this. Okay, so...
I'm looking super hard, but I don't see much.
No, I just looked up the animal breeding, so it seems that all animals breed. It just takes time.
Time?
Time, yes.
Ugh.
Producing animal from scratch is time-consuming.
The birds and the bees and all that.
So sheep are the quickest breeders. They breed after 3 months and then are waltzing around being pregnant for 6 months before they pop out more sheep.
There you go.
And they can live for up to 10 years in this game.
Oh man. Those are some good sheep.
Those are good sheep, yes.
Question is if they stay grade A that whole time, or if they start at a deteriorate as they get old, They probably will.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's a fun little feature. There are actually 24 crops in this game, not 16.
I see.
So the thing is that you can only have 16 crops loaded into the game at the same time. So you have to go up to the file menu and select load crop, and then you can replace one of your currently active crops with another of the...
Oh my god.
Yes.
I never knew. Apples? I can grow apples. Gladiolas? Grapes? This is the best fucking thing. Tobacco, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Probably not in Montana, though. There is a lot of stuff here. Sweet potatoes.
There is a shit ton of crops. I just remembered that most of the crops were actually hidden.
Cotton and corn and carrots. Almonds, maybe. I don't know. Do almonds like Montana? Well, let's load them in anyway. Let's see. What else is unlikely to grow here? Probably not going to be as investigative time in corn, I think. So let's take a look at apples. Do that by popping in here. Plant for spring and fall harvests. Okay. That doesn't actually tell me when to plant them, but I'll probably figure it out.
Well then, let me just... they take 40 weeks to grow, so you basically want to plant them almost a year before you harvest them.
Alright then. The almonds apparently were good for this climate. That's good to keep in mind. Grow some almonds. It's too bad that I completely and horribly misplanted these. We're basically going to have to wait for another half year before the damn things actually mature.
Yes.
If they do at all. They'll just sit there and say nope.
September, wow. That is quite horrible.
Let's plant apples next time.
Yes, and September would be a good planting time.
Yeah.
I guess that will...
Seems about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, August harvest sounds good.
Summer apples.
Summer apples, yes.
Let's
Wow.
see. Apples want more water though, so we might actually have to invest in a water pump or something.
Well, that should be doable. I mean, it's not like you're far from the river. Let's be honest.
I don't know, man. It feels expensive and useless, it probably is. I'm a farming man, damn it.
I'm a farming man.
I do like that if you close the edit window, you get nothing. There's nothing left.
This is your farm edit window. Yeah. You can open other windows if you don't need to see your farm.
Yeah, but shouldn't there be a view without editing, maybe?
No.
Welcome to the town's farm bureau.
Yes.
Temperature 900 to 1500 chill. Hours. For a moment there, I just read that as chill being some sort of scientific unit. I was like, what?
That would have been beautiful.
Let's see, cows live for 20 years. That's neat. Pigs live for 15, sheep live for 10. Horses lead to 20. Mates, 4 years.
Yeah, you have to keep them around for quite a while. Whale is what I'm after. Whale farming.
Yeah, keep some whales. Let's see, harvest storage temperature, plus 32 to plus 42. Weed resistance is high, I'd hope so, it's a fucking tree. Requires a minimum of 8 days of rain, and does not need to be replanted every harvest, because it's a tree.
That might actually, before anything happens, you might want to have an apple field that has apple trees, and then go and do silly stuff in the other field. Since apples will then continuously grow on the tree.
I guess. Maybe we should grow some almonds there then.
No, you hate me for making sense, but...
My fury will not end, I was about to say. Let's see here. Supposedly there should be a harvest around there. So let's plant almonds, I suppose. Then we have to go all the way back over here to remind them to continue planting almonds. Okay, there we go. This is actually a better apple field, purely technically speaking, since it has more water.
Yes.
Despite being further from the river.
Because of lack of irrigation.
So what's going on in town, I was about to say. Anything of interest? The farmer says town here, boy does fun stuff happen here, but nothing ever happens.
Hey, they have built some paved roads.
Yeah, they're getting rich.
Yeah, they're driving around in their 1950s race cars.
Everyone just driving around the Mercedes SS car. And that would be great. The best town. And also the most terrifying, you can't actually go outside because you'll just die. Assholes driving at 100 miles per hour down streets that are 50 feet long. You just turn the corner, power drifting, accelerate out of the curve. Every single turn. Or in my case, you just drive over to my farm and then they crash into my front gate and die. I dump the cars in the river.
Yes.
It's a damn shame. Look at that, is something finally happening? Yes, it is.
Hey. Them beets.
Yeah, they're finally maturing, and they will be ready for harvest in September.
That's good.
Yay. Let's speed up the game. Let's put an
ultra speed. Oh god. That is never wise.
Whoa, look at them sheep go fast. Oh, damn. Those cars, I think they still simulate the cars even at that speed.
Yes.
So what is going on with our sheep? Our sheep are no longer cheap. They're actually quite expensive. See what I did there? Yes, my crop quality is supposed to be rather poor because it hasn't actually started maturing yet. You will basically get closer to your final tally as you near full maturity.
And you finally made a good beat.
Yeah.
Beat sheet. That's not right. Beat.
The beat sheet. I wish that is what the annual meeting of sugar beet growers, that's what they hand out to everyone that gets there. The beat sheet, and it's just numbers and information. And a snazzy copy with some nice pictures of beets in a field.
Yes.
I always found that really interesting because that actually is a rather big business with all these just agricultural meetups and so on, that they actually need just information papers and folders and magazines and all kinds of stuff. And I just imagine that there's someone with an education similar to mine who works full-time making interesting and easy to read livestock and agriculture magazines.
Yeah.
And I realize that a lot of stuff is always happening. Both in terms of farming economy and new technology and breeding and what have you. But still, how long can you keep it interesting?
Well, that has never stopped any publisher before, has it?
That is very true. I just would like to be the journalist that just goes out to a farm and somewhere in the Ukraine and the idea is, this is Zaitsev. He grows beets. So why don't you tell us a bit about your beets? My beets are very good.
Thank you.
That's nice. So do you grow a lot of beets? Roughly 15 million every year. Oh, that's a lot. Well, my neighbor, he grows 30 million. That's even more.
Beat journalism.
Well, there has to be.
Yes, of course there is.
That's the wonderful thing. Being an educated journalist, I have met journalists from across the world who are very, very specialized in very, very strange things. There are the obvious things like, popular science, fitness magazines, terrible gossip rags and so on, but then you get all the specialist magazines. And some magazine, if you want to work with them, you have to be hilariously educated, like the Swedish juridical magazine Jusek, which is, every single person that works there, more or less, has a double degree in law and journalism.
Well then.
And that's the sort of thing I wonder, how do you end up there? Where do you start? With law or journalism? Do you study law for 4 years and you just realize, you know what? Fuck this.
Probably, honestly.
This wasn't any fun. I want to be a writer. Oh man, getting all them fan arts.
Oh yeah, this is even animated.
Hell yes. Please save that somewhere since I can't grab it from the stream chat just
now. I'll grab it for you.
Oh man, we got high quality beats. Top drawer.
Ooh. Well, that went better than expected.
Don't mess with my beats, son. You can't handle the beats. Because you don't work on my farm. Only my employees can handle the beats. Please step back.
Please step back. Please don't tread on the beats.
Keep your hands off the merchandise. Man, I imagine my proud farmer sitting in this tiny homestead just looking out over his fields of beets and going, yep. That deer done it.
That homestead annoys me. It has a road that is impossible to connect to anything sensible.
Yeah. It is also a bit weird because the exit always faces the west.
Yes.
Do you think that they would, have it north-south, since that's how the viewpoint is aligned with? Nope.
That's some bad Feng Shui right there. I'm sure.
The ley lines will cause your beets to collapse the ground. Your livestock will grow sickly and die, all because you did not listen.
I will admit that is not my field of expertise, but...
Let me tell you about Feng Shui.
Oh, getting close to that harvest.
Yeah. Fingers are itching.
No, I'm not going to say it again. I have to watch the rerun.
Don't start with Blue like you all do with me. It's not our fault, we're Scandinavian. Our letters sound different. At least we can emulate sounds from other languages decently enough. I mean, Scandinavians are a bit like parrots.
Let's just jump over this one. Oh. I'm now cleverly trying to, put the focus on you instead.
Let me tell you about Feng Shui.
Feng Shui.
I had some Feng Shui for dinner last night at that Asian restaurant. It was pretty good.
Can I have another coffee out there, Mercy?
Mercy Bookop. Who is that Mercy Bookop guy they're all talking about? I had a great little book that I inherited from my father, which was written and illustrated by a American soldier that fought on the West Front during World War II, that basically chronicled his experience first when he was at war, and then when he came home, he lived the life of an impoverished and partially homeless veteran, and then he wrote a little fun little book about that as well, and illustrated that as well. And he has some great illustrations of when he's come back, and he has spent 2 years, 2.5 at that point, in France. So he comes back to the US, where there are a lot of new bastard children out running in the streets that don't have any money. So they're trying to beg, and he has completely forgotten how to get rid of beggars in English. So he's yelling at them in French and Belgian and Italian, but it doesn't work. And it's just such a great scene, because it really illustrates that after only a few years abroad, he was completely alienated to his home nation. Shit ain't easy. Let's see if that tractor ever goes around taking down that other field as well, but it probably will. Someday. Someday. Beats for $4,000.
Well, that's a start.
Slowly making that money back.
Yep.
I like that her plant truck just get in the... Whoa! That's not how you plant trees. That's not how you plant trees at all.
It is now.
Okay. Oh hey, we got 6,000 for the better beets. Not bitter beets, mind you. Better beets. So let's see what's going on here. And apparently, wow, the water it's getting is apparently perfect.
Well,
It's not complaining, at least. That's good.
problem solved.
Yeah. I better set this up nicely. God. Freaking planter just drives over the field and trees goes pop up behind them. That frustrates me more than any sort of lack of symmetry.
I guess we have all different triggers for frustration.
This does not make sense. And imagine if you could plant trees like that in Farm Sim.
Plop.
You just have a tree planter, just small planters emerge, and there's a little hole claw that just chink, chink, and then an arm that places planter trees as you go. That would be great. Why is this not in Farm Sim? Please, developers, I beg of you. So it's going to be a while before we have to worry about these, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Half a year. No, even a bit more than that, in fact.
Yeah, roughly 40 weeks. Oh no, they harvest. Look, they harvest them in November, right? Next November. Jeez, this is full of 2016. Yeah.
Togo, yes, I did lay out this farm myself. Since I started with the river going straight through, I had to get creative. Basically, this space up here in the corner was completely unusable for any sort of farming, so that's why I just popped down the necessary buildings up there. Oh no! There are weeds, but didn't... Why is weeds the first thing we get when weeds are supposedly the one thing that apples are resistant to? Shenanigans!
I call shenanigans, yeah.
Let's ring up shenanigans. And we got some super expensive sheep here. We also have almonds. What do the almond prices look like anyway? Let's take a look.
That is a good question.
They are expensive as hell. Jesus Christ. 8,650.
Oh my.
I'd buy one of those.
Yeah, the seeds are quite costly as well.
Yeah. Now they're being assaulted by every breed of pest known to man. Jesus Christ.
Stop assaulting my almonds.
Keep your hands off my nuts.
Well, that's the first.
Man, don't you just hate it when 10 feet long nuclearly powered worms eat your almonds?
It's the worst, really.
Man, hate that. This is really a zen-like little game, isn't it?
It is.
There's generally so little going on, you can basically just lean back and think about other things.
Yeah, it's not a high activity game, but it's fun.
Seriously, we should probably do something with this area while we're waiting to make enough money to actually expand. So why don't we just build an extra enclosure here and we can put something else in there?
Hey. There we go.
So, Stream Chat, what sort of animal should we place next?
Why are you even asking? Let me know what's coming.
Maximum cow. Sturdy Bessie for the best cream, but you can't actually get cream in this game. There is no dairy farming.
What? Oh, cool.
Get hers. Breed the finest stock to get rich quick. Yeah, let's just put some fucking horses in there, I guess.
I like this opening of the Livestock FAQ. There are 4 types of animals which can be raised and sold like crops.
I see.
Not
So-
exactly like crops, I would say, but...
You put them in the ground, see, and you pour water on them.
Is that a baby sheep? Do you have lambs? That's what they're called. There are smaller sheep in your sheep enclosures.
It does seem like...
You can...
yep. We got ourselves our first lambs.
Hey.
Which means that now they're going to stampede because they don't have enough room. Oh, look at that. That they actually show the lamb.
Yeah.
Look at how cute that is. Oh, the cutest.
Oh.
Mutton. I can't wait. So I guess the first thing we do is immediately sell the young sheep. Just get rid of them. The tricky thing is that it's sort of difficult to select specifically which one you want to sell. Oh hey, are we picking apples? It seems we are.
It seems we are. The Mexicans are on it.
We imported them all the way from Mexico up here to Montana, specifically to pick apples all day.
Jeez, how many horses did you buy?
3.
Oh, it just looked like you kept scrolling.
Oh no, the apples are bad. Well, no shit, they're bad.
It's a bad apple.
That's what they called me. Bad apple. Next harvest is supposedly in December. Well, that's not going to work out. Let's see, this one looks better. Late August. Yes. Late summer apples. Man, I have a bit of a nest egg in the sheep in themselves. I was about to say, you can just sell them off and you have enough money to retire. Temporarily.
Yeah. Although the maximum price for almonds is 25,000.
Jeez. That was a good crop, I was about to say.
It is.
Man, this is the weirdest farm.
It really is.
Doesn't help that the truck can't fucking navigate it. It just gets lost. I even put up places for it to turn around, but it's not using them.
Nothing works.
I need a tryabout.
Tryabout, yes.
That little tryabout that ended up in Cities XL has inspired me, though, so I'm going to try a very special city layout next and see if it works.
Okay. Well, I was worried for a second that they were going to try and start making triangles in this game, because that game would never end well.
Shut up! It's going to be great!
I'm going to make a triangle with only 90-degree angles.
Yeah! You can't stop me!
The game can, though.
Probably. Well, you know, it's like a Dwarf Fortress. You just have to scale it up a bit until it starts looking smooth. Let's see here. Our yearly report. 2015, farm growth was high, town growth was high, productivity was not too good, but soil quality and environment quality still top of the line. And they're suggesting that I grow apples and almonds. Well, guess what, assholes? I'm one step ahead.
That ain't bad. Heavy rain predicted next week.
Oh, that game.
It's a sequel.
Yeah, well, a spiritual sequel was released just recently.
Oh.
Beyond Two Souls. It has Ellen Page in it.
Oh.
And Willem Dafoe, from what I understand.
Okay.
It is also a bad game.
Oh.
Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise. Seriously, David Cage hasn't done anything good since Omicron, and Omicron was only good at the time because it was different. What a fucking hack. Just putting it out there.
Careful, Arthur, he's going to quit as well.
If only he would. I do like, though, I just realized that we basically walled in the homestead with fences. There is horses and sheep and shit just surrounding them. And if you take 10 steps outside, apples. Apples everywhere.
Apples.
I mean, look at that. We can't even get the car out. The fence is in the way. We had to drive around the house. My plan was not quite as cunning as I thought. Oh well. Mistakes were made.
They always are.
The one thing to always expect from humanity. constant mistakes. Let's see, it looks like both of these will be harvesting in August. Let's see.
Oh, the damn apples might be a bit later.
Yes, a little bit.
November apples.
That's never going to work. Oh, hello there, people in cars. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Going on.
Where are you going? You're...
On your roads.
I'll teach you a lesson, you bastards. Ma, bring my shotgun. Got visitors.
We got visitors.
Not for long. Keep the stereotype alive, everyone.
Well.
Right, so what do you think? Should we grab this harvest and then we can call it a farming night, I was about to say?
Sure, sounds good.
This game is pretty slow, you guys, if you haven't already realized.
Really?
No. Alright, ultra time.
Dude.
It looks like freaking Sim Ant when they run around like this. Hey, don't eat my almonds. I need those for money reasons.
I need my almonds for money reasons, yes.
And as the almonds slowly but surely start getting better, there is a freaking crash in almond prices, apparently. Thanks, assholes.
Well, they'll keep.
Very true. Let's leave a silo full of almonds. But they don't keep, actually, is the thing. Almonds actually become incredibly poisonous if you leave them around for too long, especially if they're in sunlight. Basically, if the almond has turned a dark brown on the outside rather than the general light brown, don't eat it.
Because, you know, poisons and all that.
Yeah, because seriously, the chemicals that are created as it reacts to sunlight is similar to cyanide.
Isn't it cyanide? Or is that peach cores that you actually can produce cyanide from?
I think that's peach cores. Man. There we go, another fair at least. Oh, and we have some poor apples. Poor apples. I knew them well.
Yeah, the almonds produce the same thing as cyanide and...
And interestingly enough, cyanide smells of
almonds, yes.
Salmon. Why would cyanide smell salmon? That would be surprising, though. If you sniff it, it's poison. My God. Salmon. No, wait. Cyanide! Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Manchester Devil, the disasters aren't as interesting, you could say, as in the city games. There are droughts and earthquakes and winds.
Yeah, very down to earth, so to speak. And not down to earth as in an alien comes to visit. Which would make for a much better event. Man, I'm not going to make nearly as much money of these as I made of my strawberries.
Oh man.
So those horses doing? They're worth almost $1,000. And the sheep are having loads of lambs again. And it's a bit disturbing that we can't actually tell which sheep are boy sheep and girl sheep until they actually, have lambs.
We are slightly useless.
We are not very good at the whole farming thing. I basically just plant what I like to eat. That's basically what I would do with a farm, seriously.
Yep.
I would just have like a couple of 100 chickens, a couple of dozen pigs, maybe a few dozen cows, then just grow various vegetables I personally enjoy. And then the whole thing would crash and burn because I would eat everything instead of actually selling it.
Yes.
But again, and then again, if you do it effectively and, stay within the limitations of what the land can bear, I guess you can just be self-sufficient.
Hey.
Eat a cow a day. That might be a slight bit too much protein, actually, even for me.
Yes, a cow a day. That's... I can even produce gummy bears.
Gummy bears. Let's see, we're not going to sell the horses, but we are going to sell the freshly grown sheep. They're like crops,
Yep.
Shall I compare thee to a crop?
Crop names should really, get into the language more.
Well, you sure are one sugar beet. Truck, why? Every time.
Was a very granola day in the fields.
Was another granola day. Leading to a barley evening. A barley evening is clearly when you go out drinking beer.
Yes.
You can hear that from the name. That actually works. We had a barley evening. Yeah.
Oh, I'll show you a barley evening.
Man, 15k. Harvest that shit fast, guys.
Harvest them, harvest.
The horses are enjoying themselves? Yep.
Yup.
Just running around. Being horses.
Run around being horses. Yeah, that's mostly what horses do these days.
That and getting really stupid accidents. Break themselves all over.
Off to the glue factory.
Yeah. Horses are really strange animals in that regard. They're incredibly powerful. They're big, heavy, and so on, but their body is built in such a way that if they as much as just gently trip, they can break their entire body in ways that makes them completely useless.
Oh, horses.
Combine this with the fact that horses are generally not very clever. And are very good at finding things to get stuck in. And you get plenty of horses that don't, shall we say, live out their natural lifespan.
We are getting there. Them apples are closing in on harvest.
How about them apples?
How about them apples, indeed.
Get at them apples. I was about to sing the lyrics to the Joker with peaches exchanged with apples. Just really like your apples want to shake your tree, but then I realized no. This is not the right time.
This is not the time, yeah.
This is not the time to talk about apple control.
Apple control.
Yes.
Oh wow, those apples dropped in price.
Yeah. No one wants apples in autumn. Jeez.
You probably should just issue a harvest order.
Issue the harvest order. Well, it's like tomorrow. So.
Yes, well, now it is, but now it's too late anyway, but when they were at their peak.
Yeah, what I should have done was set a future.
Yep.
So they had to pay me no matter what.
Pay me for me apples.
I'm the apple farmer. There's no way you can pay me.
Damn it.
Well, I'm sure they'll keep. Just bring this up and we'll just put that shit on Ultra, and then if the price goes up... Wow, there was a freaking spike up there. Look at that.
Yep.
I should have gotten myself a future right there. I'm going to be like a guy who would gamble away money on the stock market. Oh, if only I had.
Yes.
Farmers are like that, I'm sure. If only I had sold those apples. Let's just follow the stock market here. The apple stock market. And apples are naturally crashing even further.
The crash of the apples.
Yeah, the big apple crash of 2017. The death of Steve Jobs hit harder than they thought. Just took a while to feel the after effects.
Oh.
Togo asks, can you live on only apples? Hell no.
Sure you can.
I would advise against it.
You see, advice against and possibility of is are two completely different things.
Well, I guess it's like to say, you could live on it for a week or two. Then you would die. So, I mean, technically you could live on it, but only for so long. Come on, give me another apple spike, damn it.
The
Come
apple
on.
spike.
Come on! Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. See if they can actually hit the baseline. They're at 8,000, so let's see if they can hit 10. They should be able to hit 10 at least.
Come on, apples. Come on.
Come on, apples. Oh, wait. Ooh, horses almost ran out of food there.
Oh my.
They were trying, but I was too fast, too smart. I am smarter than the average horse.
Congratulations.
I am not functionally retarded.
Well, that's something.
Oh, there we go. Apples are up. Let's see if the apples have kept. Yes, they have. I just really like the idea of putting just apples in long time storage so you can sell them at a higher price.
Yes.
12-week-old apples. People are like, I don't know, they look a bit... No, they're fine. They're fine.
And with the amount of chemicals on them, I'm sure they're sort of like...
We dip them in wax.
Yep. Well, they kind of do, though. It's more of a...
Game saved successfully.
I like that you had named your save game exactly the same thing I did.
Well, what the hell are you supposed to call it? I haven't come up with a name for this damn place.
Farm. And I like the happy farmer informing you that you have in fact saved.
Nice work. That was a pretty good save. Let's bring about the About SimFarm. Concept programming and design by Eric Alberts at Leaping Lizard Software. There you go. Produced an additional design, Michael Perry, computer art director, Jenny Martin. And this particularly copy is registered to virus. Because we are using a downloadable copy because, well, we have our CDs, but suffice to say we can't be fucking bothered to dig them up. Well, that's all the evidence you need to put me in prison, so, yeah.
Good thing you brought this up.
Thanks, Virus. And thanks for watching, everyone. And of course, thanks to Blue Diabling for joining me.
They're not going insane for once.
No. That farm will be burnt into his brain for the rest of his life. Have a good one, everyone.
Good night.